Hi guys, it's that time again. Which is better? And it will be a Wraith special. So if you're into blackened speed slash thrash metal, then this is definitely for you. And the two albums we're going to be looking at are Absolute Power and Undo the Chains. So let's get into this. So looking at Absolute Power, the album fires right into gorgeously speed riffing and upbeat drum debauchery before howling mechanical vocals. It's just completes the ferocious mix. Quiet leads, quiet lead shreds help the song rip into existence with its catchy grinding warfare hitting hard, the way a black speed metal band should be, with a blistering onslaught of fun and upbeat musicianship. A continued drum battery and a barrage of beast-like macabre riffing keeps spewing true 80s mania to back up the cascade of scorching vocals, giving a complete package with lining riffing, gorgeously impactful drum work, and truly gruesome vocals, with a minimalist yet absolutely sufficient production that just drives the nail in. And out of nowhere, there are some more mid-tempo crossover sounding sections that will certainly convince anyone who is not already headbanging to join in before we are just given more blasphemous ripping aggression. The third track actually slows things down with some almost doomy riffs that work surprisingly well with the swing groove of the music, adding a bit of tension and an excellent sense of diversity to the morbish hellish inferno of the searing speeds, especially when the bluesy guitar licks are added in. What is notable with this band is that they're mentally deranged thrashing attacks, which there is certainly no shortage of, which is truly impeccable with instruments and vocals that conjure up a ferociously phenomenal slap of nostalgic yet refreshing speedy blackened soundscapes. The primal urge to go totally crazy to this endlessly stimulating and unrelenting record is not a request from the band, but a demand that must be fulfilled. I just failed to see how anybody is not enticed by the storms of sonic debauchery. It's punchy, groovy, fast, and loud, and this record is exactly what you expect from a band like this, and they certainly deliver the unholy assault with precision and attitude. For many of you, like myself, who are fans of bands like Hellripper, Bastardizer, Midnight Witcher, this release is an essential, and Wraith should be joining the ranks of these bands. We'll look at Undo the Change. Extreme music has definitely come a long way since its early speed and thrash metal bands started pushing the envelope in the early 80s. It's gone heavier, faster, and more complex and precise. I'm all for innovation, but sometimes nothing beats the classic early 80s sound. If that's what you're in the market for, then look no further than this band. Wraith's sound brings together the unapologetic aggression of crossover thrash like Power Trip with the energy and dark age of black and speed metal bands like Midnight and Bewitcher. And the result is an instant clash thrash sound that is loaded with chunky riffs, and it feels like a time capsule from the early 80s. While there isn't anything here that is super new or innovative about this sound, as interest comes as a reaction to the super precise, sometimes sterile nature of a lot of modern extreme metal. While there are a fair amount of bands playing this style, Wraith does feel unique. Now, what this band does from all the other bands is bring us raw punk energy, and they bring all of the riffs with an extra punch and swagger. Songs like Dominator and Victims of the Sword have these kind of riffs. They're simple, they have a lot of energy, and add to the old school feel of this album, and the kind of energy that comes out best in a live setting, but is also represented well here, and makes the album much more enjoyable to listen to. The fact that this album's short, roughly 32-minute runtime, and you've got a ball of pure energy just waiting to be let out. The only point in the album where Wraith lets up his intensity is mid-tempo, and that's on the song Time Wins. The song is a nice change of pace, and it shows off more of what Wraith can do musically. This album shows that it doesn't need to be overly original to sound good. Crossover thrash and blackened speed metal are both well-established genres in their own right, and they make sense to go together. WRAITH uses the best elements of the styles and creates a strong album. The chances are if you're a big metal fan, you've probably heard of these elements before, but it's undeniable that WRAITH uses them well. This album definitely feels a bit one note, but that note is played excellently, and largely due to the album's short time. Album's runtime. It never gets old. Undo the Change is an excellent breath of fresh air that takes extreme metal back to its gritty roots. This album has a great organic feel to it, and WRAITH has something in their music for every type of metal fan, which isn't easy to do. Show this album to that one metal fan that complains that metal hasn't been good since the 80s, and their mind will be changed straight away. Definitely an album worth checking out. Yeah, but guys, let me know in the comments down below what you thought was about our album. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.